Okay, I see Doug. Doug, can you hear me? You have to unmute yourself. Oh no, you just muted yourself. Unmute. Hello?
I think we lost him.
I think we did. Okay. Well, it's 6:30 and you got you got a quorum. Can you hear me, Doug? Hold on. I'm not showing him muted at all, so I don't know what his problem is.
Can't hear him.
Huh?
I see that he has, or nope, now it's gone. I was gonna say like the little red microphone with the line through it, but now it's gone.
I don't know how to help him. He said he got a new camera.
That's what I was gonna say. Is the speakers hooked up?
Yeah, his computer itself might be on mute.
Yeah, down in the taskbar.
Oh.
That volume down there.
Hi, Melissa. Are you joining the meeting? Oh, you are. Okay, I'll let him know. That was Melissa. She's having technical difficulties, but she should be on shortly.
Okay. Um,
Hello.
Hello.
Hear ya, finally.
Hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't see my picture here.
Just go down to the camera,
There you
Doug.
go.
There we are.
Yep.
There we are. Got to move back away from this bright light. Okay, I see we're coming up on 3 minutes past. Sorry about that, but I understand Melissa's not here yet. We'll wait a few minutes.
Yeah, she's coming in.
Coming in. Okay. I tried a much better camera and it didn't work, but it screwed up the audio too.
Mm. Doug, if I may, can you hear me, Doug?
Yes, I can.
Can you go ahead and start the meeting and Melissa can join when she gets here? Oh, here she is. Let me get her in here. Okay. There we go.
We all
The
set?
one time the computer needs to update. Sorry, my apologies.
That's all right. Okay.
Okay, we ready?
Hmm.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, call me into order at 6:35. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. And we're going to all stand up and get out of the picture.
All right.
I'll start. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance to the flag
The flag of the
of the United States
States
of America,
of America
to the republic,
and to the
to the
republic
republic for which it stands,
for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
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 liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for all.
for all.
Well, thank you for the flag. Whoever did that. Okay. We don't have an awful lot on the agenda tonight. Call meeting to order. Sherry, would you like to take a roll call?
Tracy does that.
Tracy, okay, is Tracy there, I see?
Hmm. Yes.
Please.
Sure. Wendy, Doug, Jerry,
Yes.
Melissa, Steve.
Here.
All here?
Yes.
All are present.
All present. Okay. First of all, we need to approve the agenda. Any comments, any concerns, additions?
I will make a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
Motion been made to approve as presented. Any second?
Second emotion.
Motion
I'll second the motion.
to accept the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carried. Okay, next is approve the minutes to the regular December 14th meeting. I hope you had a chance to read them all. Any comments? Okay, we're looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the December 2020 meeting.
I'll make a motion to accept the agenda.
Okay, motion been made to accept the agenda.
No, the minutes.
Oh, the minutes. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Minutes, yeah, you're correct. Is there a second? I'll second.
I'll support that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, Keith, I'll let you.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. All those in favor of approving the minutes from the December 14th meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next on the list is the approval of accounts. Treasurer's report. There's none tonight. Payment of the bills and transfers in December 2020. Any comments?
I had some questions about it, but
Well, feel free. This is the time.
I see that Nancy Dugas was paid three times in the same month. I see that she's got paid $100 and $350, and in the beginning of the month, she also received $300. She's the one that cleans the office.
Yes.
I'm a little confused as to what these charges are. Why so many?
I'll look into it and get back with you.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
And that's about it.
All right. Any other questions?
I see that council wasn't paid either.
Oh, on the paper, on the book?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we did receive a check. I don't know why it's not here. Looking for a motion to approve transfer bills, payment of bills and transfers, December 20. Anybody like to make that motion?
I'll
I'll
make
move.
the, there you
Go
go.
ahead, Gary.
Yeah, I'll make the motion to pay
Bills and transfers.
bills and transfers, yes.
Keith, do I hear a second?
Yeah, sure, second.
Okay, seeing as how this involves money, Tracy, could we have the roll call, please?
Walworth,
Yes.
Flintz,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Shimataro,
Yes.
Huckabee.
Yes. Okay, number 7, public comment on agenda items only. Now's your opportunity to speak on the items that we're going to discuss tonight in our meeting. Please keep it to approximately 3 minutes. And if anyone who would like to speak.
Shannon McCafferty would like to speak, please.
Yes, go ahead, Shannon.
When I guess this has to do with agenda items because you guys are voting on them. But when you're voting on them, you're asking to anyone who approves say aye, and then there's never and any objections say nay. You're missing the any objections part, so we don't know if all council is approving the motions or if there are some objections.
All right, thank you.
That would be nice. And also during public comment, just a suggestion that maybe council go on mute so the public can comment without interruption. And it is public comment, not question and answer, so there really shouldn't be any back and forth. But that's all I got. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your input.
Thanks, Shannon.
Anybody else?
Hey, Doug, this is Jake.
Yes, Jake.
Hey, I would just like to make a comment. First of all, congratulations to everybody that's on there. And I would like to see the change during public comment to where the council would have a back and forth. That is up to the president's discretion. I know some people don't like having questions up there and never getting an answer. So that is up to you, sir, if you would like to have that rebuttal back and forth. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Jake, I'll take that under advisement. Thank you. Okay, I'll close public comments. Number 8, reports. First off is administrator's report. Sherry, please.
Sure. I provided council with the 2021 calendar for recycle and yard waste pickup. That's also been posted on the village's Facebook and on our website. I gave the council a sample of a proposed medical marijuana caregiver permit ordinance, including a resolution to set a medical marijuana caregiver application fee and a draft of an application for permit as a medical marijuana caregiver within the village of Goodrich. This is just for your information. I'm not asking you to do anything right now. The village attorney and I are working on this, but this is something that the township recently adopted. I really feel that we should be on the same page. And I am getting phone calls from residents in the village who want to be medical marijuana caregivers. And that means, if I understand correctly, that they can conceivably grow 6 plants for themselves, and they can have 5 people that they can grow 6 plants for each. So, but there's certain things that they have to follow, certain rules. These things have to be locked up. They have to be, well, there's just certain things you have to do for the state. So I think it's something we really need to look at. And in between now and the next week or two, I'd like your input, what you guys think about it. Next, any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So Sherry, this is just for medical marijuana caregivers. This is not to open a business.
That's correct. We opted out of that.
Okay.
We opted out of the businesses. Yes. Anybody else?
I did. Isn't it 12 plants per person?
Maybe it is, Sherry. Yes, probably is. Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
I think it ends up being 70. I think you can grow 72 plants at a residential home total.
Okay.
Right, if you're a medical marijuana caregiver.
Caregiver, yes. That's it.
Sherry, this is Melissa. Can I just ask what are the stipulations to make someone a caregiver versus just having somebody being a grower here in town?
Well, they have. Did you read the proposed ordinance? They have to go through the state. It's a state thing. But we have, as a local municipality, we have a right to regulate it too.
Okay.
And I think, I think we need to we need to know who's doing this. If that is indeed the case, we need to know. It needs to be at least on record somehow. Whether you guys choose to charge them a fee or not, I don't know. That's up to you. But I do think it needs to be on record where these places are, if they're going to do it.
I have one more question. She's done.
And I have had phone calls from residents wanting to know about it.
Yeah, I think this is going to be definitely a very in-depth thing. Is there a timeline you're looking at to have us really put this into consideration?
I've got our attorney looking at this right now, and I'm waiting for his feedback. And as soon as I get his feedback, I'm going to give that feedback to you guys. And then maybe, I'm a little, in just a minute, I'm going to ask for you guys, for us to set up a couple of workshops to go over a few things. And maybe we can include this as one of them to discuss it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I had one more question, Sherry.
Mhm.
Is that's for medical marijuana holders and caregivers, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I did receive a letter from the Association of Goodrich Meadows requesting the council consider a 20% contribution, not to exceed $100,000 to offset the final cost to repair the roads in Goodrich Meadows Estate subdivision. We are in the process of getting a figure for them. We did get one from the county overall. We figured it was around $500,000, but I'm going to get 3 quotes from actual companies to do this and see if we can get that lowered a bit. And when we have the public hearing next month, you'll be able to decide what you want to do.
Doug or Sherry, can I chime in on this real quick? Just, being a new resident, and when we planned out where we were purchasing our home, if they are in an association, that's their responsibility. They knew when they were buying in that association. So personally, I was looking over, what Sherry obviously presented to us, asking the council to pay a substantial amount of money for something that has no benefit to any other village residents other than those living in that association, I personally think is a little insane. It's literally only benefiting the people in that subdivision, and it's our tax dollars going to help their road, but they live in an association that they have their own rules, and they knew that coming into it. So that's just my 2 cents. Everybody wants to think that over, but I know every subdivision is different. I personally live in one that does not have an association, but we also pay different amounts. So I just think if you're a member of an association where you guys have your own rules and your own fees, you knew that was coming in to the picture when you purchased the home, that there might be undeveloped situations, undeveloped roads that you're going to have to account for. And I think it's a lot to ask the village of all of our taxpayers to pay for it. Just me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Shall I go on?
Yes, please.
Okay. The DPW is working on a few things here. They sent me the thing. They've done a great job getting, I was used to a little bit of snow and ice that we had. They were right out there taking care of it this last couple of times with the salting and everything. They did go through Hawthorne Ridge condos and cold patch the potholes there. And they'll be doing more pothole patching as weather permits. They also have some hoses that they need to replace on the dump truck. And they're in the process of submitting the street lights that are out to consumers. And if residents can report any street lights, they can also report them to Consumers Energy. He says that they still have a lot of salt for the winter season. He doesn't see where they're going to run out of any or have to order any more. They'll be fine. But he does have a reminder that the cars parked on the streets should not be there during snow events. He said the trails of snow, when they have to go around a vehicle, it creates ice around the vehicle, which turns to ice and creates bumps in the roadway. So he said it's not good. They have to, and they're afraid that they're going to slide into these vehicles on the sides of the road. So whenever it snows, people, please get the vehicles off the road. And I think we have an ordinance that says no parking on public streets between 2 and 7 every night. So there should be no parking on the streets. And also basketball hoops are an issue. Kids are leaving basketball hoops in the road right away, and they need to be moved too. And that's his report. And I would also, as I had said just previously, I'd like to set up a workshop to go over the current budget with the new members and the current members to try to answer any questions council may have, and to hope try to explain how the different items are used in the budget, where the monies come from, and the minor and the major roads and the two due transfers, and it can be very confusing. And I would like to be able to answer your questions and go over these things with you. So I'd like to set up a budget workshop. And at the same time, like I said, we could maybe work with the ordinance once I get the feedback from our attorney. And I will also be meeting with Wade Trim on the road projects that the previous council had hired them to do for us, set up the for the roads. So I'll be meeting with them soon. I also have a webinar on the 14th for grant funding. I'm looking for all kinds of grant funding that I can hopefully get for the village for different purposes. That's my report.
Is the webinar on the 14th, is that open for other members?
Yes, it is. Yes. Want me to send you the information? I'll send it to you.
I would, yes, please.
Well, I will.
So we can join that meeting.
I'm sorry, Sherry, huh? Did you say something, Sherry?
Reached it, Sherry.
Oh, I was just saying we can join the meeting too.
I can send you the information. You have to
Are
sign
we
yourself
able
up.
to join the meeting too?
Can you hear me, Sherry?
Oh, okay. Will
Can
do.
Okay.
Thank,
All right.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yes.
Your
Okay,
image just keeps freezing.
Me?
yes.
Yeah, you are.
I'm losing internet. Internet's going.
Okay, moving on to the code enforcement. He dropped off his report. As you can see, he had 3 things. He worked with we have a lot of complaints about political flags, and some of them are vulgar. And I've had to have him go out and ask these people to please cover up the vulgarity or remove the flag. We can't have it flying with the vulgar things. And then we had some flags in the right of way in different places that he had to remove. Okay, you got your building department report. Pretty busy. And then you've got your receipt items of everything that was receipted by Tracy for the whole month. That's the money's coming in. And that's all I have for reports.
All right, thank you very much.
Mhm.
Moving along to Allen Township Fire Department report, the history of incident. Read that for yourself. It's always interesting to see what's going on. They are involved in a lot of traffic assistance and a lot of alarms that don't add up to much eventually. But at least they get called and they're available. We're glad about that. Next up, the Sheriff's Department, and that somebody's coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The Sheriff's Department is quite a list. I didn't count the pages, about eight or nine pages. They've been very active. I can tell you what, they do stop people late at night for traffic around here because I see the lights in my bedroom window once or twice a week. Not a problem. Glad to see that they're there. We'll let you look through that at your leisure. Okay, that brings us to unfinished business, which there is none. Takes us to new business. And the first thing to discuss is the CDBG project plan. And last time we read through all of the projects that were discussed. And part of that has been narrowed down to the Ladies Library Museum. And I'm pleased to announce that the township is allocating $50,000 to go along with their $10,000 grant that we received, and for a total of $60,000. We certainly hope that'll go a long way for taking care of the building for a long time. Along with that, it's required that we advertise public hearing, and that we have a public hearing, and that we invite the public to speak. And we need to keep minutes, and we need to update the government regulations as stated. Sherry, do we have any idea how far out we need to discuss this public meeting, or can we put that in?
We already did the public meeting, Doug, at the last meeting.
That counts? Okay.
Yes, this is just approving the projects. This is just the end of the what we need to do.
And do what we need to do. Good. Any discussion? Okay. We are looking to wrap this up. Is anybody have a motion to accept as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the project for the Ladies Library Museum.
Okay. We have,
Second.
pardon me?
Second.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Tracy, we better have a roll call on this, please.
Moore,
Yes.
Walworth,
Yes.
Shimataro. Yes. Flintz,
Yes.
Huckabee.
Yes. Motion carries. Okay, B. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat here. B is the Senior Citizen Projects, which is part of money gathered, $2,988. And that, Sherry, correct me if I'm wrong, that is that to be allocated as part of this, or is it standalone for seniors?
It's part of our funding that we're going to be receiving in during this project 2024 program funds, and this amount we will use it's a 3-year period that we will use the $2,988 to help our seniors. And I attached the list of the things that the monies can be used for, and it's pretty much up to them, the seniors. We just allocate the money as they need it. They send it to us, the billing. They do go on trips, buy things, meals for seniors, things like that. We help pay for that.
A lot of people don't realize they've been around for a long time. I've been on a few of their trips, and you don't have to be a senior. If there's a spot available and you want to go with them, it's very fairly priced, and I wish they would publish more. Right now, they're kind of standing down, but I don't think we need any action on that yet, do we, Sherry?
Yes, you need to approve this project. Yes.
So that they can spend it as needed. Okay, we're looking for a motion for the.
I'll make a motion.
Yes.
Sure, you have to specify your motion.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna make a
Just read
motion
it
to
right from
approve
the
the
agenda.
senior project. I want to make a motion to approve the CDBG project plan for 2022 to 2024 senior project for $2,988.
Support.
Okay, we have motion and support. Tracy, can we have a roll call, please?
Schlenz,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Shimataro,
Yes.
Walworth,
Yes.
McAbey.
Thank you. Okay, that brings us down to C, which is the consider the purchase of a laptop computers for the DPW, and that's to be able to run the software programs that we received as part of the grant. Sherry, would you like to bring us up?
Yeah, I brought in at the last meeting a couple of a quote from our IT people for 2 computers for the DPW in order so they can finish with the work with the software for the SAW grant. And council asked for additional quotes instead of just the one. And so I got those quotes and I got it singularly where you can consider only 1 or 2.
Hey,
So,
Sherry,
yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. There was a kind of another requirement that we had asked you in regards to these computers, and that was why do we need 2 as opposed to just 1 for the DPW?
You don't, one's fine. 1 is fine. It's just if one is, I mean, it'd be nice if they both had, I mean, they're not both together side by side at all times. The guys are at one part of, the town and another one's at another part of the village. If they had their laptops, they could be recording, and putting in the information for different things and taking pictures and doing what they need to do. This way, only one person can do it, but it's entirely up to you. If you could give us at least 1, we prefer 2, but if you don't give us at least 1, we'll be happy with it. We'll make it work.
Any discussion?
Yeah, well, originally you asked for desktops, you can't take them with you, so.
Right, you can't. And you're right. You're the one that brought up the laptop, so I thought that's even better. So, yeah. So I got all laptops. I got 3 quotes for laptops.
And now we didn't need the Office 365, right? Because you said that.
Don't need it. They don't need it at all. That was,
They already own that.
right. Mhm.
I mean, personally, Schlintz, I'm an advocate for giving, people the necessities they need to do the job correctly. So, if it's $700, I completely understand it. And if they're going to be trained on the programs, then it's going to make their job easier and more efficient.
I don't see a problem with 2 laptops. They're not that expensive.
No, I don't either, especially when basically the laptops are half the price of what the desktops were going to cost. So
Sherry, are they going to have, bags, carrying cases to keep them safe and protected? Is that something else that's going to have to be purchased, or do we already have some around?
I think we have a couple around. I know I do at home. You can have them.
Okay, see, perfect.
Okay, I think the general discussion is heading toward discussing.
So you need to decide which one you want to go with. They're all pretty much equal in what we were asking for. So either of what you want to choose.
Are we dealing with 2 different companies or 3 different companies?
So
Just
2 are off Amazon,
Right.
and it's like the same thing, just different providers.
correct. That's correct. Wendy,
So it would just make sense to go with the least expensive one.
correct.
So 2 at $689.99
Mhm.
piece.
And for the discussion, that is from Amazon, but did they have a my eyes are trying to scan this. I thought we had a name on it that we could use rather than just from Amazon.
If it's an FHD, it's called FHD.
FHD?
Huh?
The HP computer.
Well, I can't quite find it right now. It's there in print, but it's
In the back.
yeah. Can you repeat that again? What was
FHD.
FHD?
No, it's an HP. They're both the same thing. HP FHD touchscreen laptop.
Right.
Okay. All right. So when the motion is made, we'll have to signify that. Any further discussion? We're open for a motion.
I'll make a motion to, it says consider purchasing laptop computers for the DPW to be able to run the software provided by this the SAG, there's a SAW grant.
SAW grant. You're
Yeah.
authorizing that is what you're doing, Sherry. Authorizing.
Yes.
this. Okay.
Do we want to specify an amount? Not to exceed or?
Not to exceed, maybe.
Maybe
Not to exceed 1,400.
700 or something like that.
1,500.
To exceed $1,379.98. Do we just want to say what each computer?
Just round it off to $1,400, Sherry. Not to exceed.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Not to exceed $1,400, right?
Right.
Okay, I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion? All right, Tracy, can we have a roll call, please?
Moore,
Each computer cost? All right, 14.
No, honey, 2 total for
Total.
14. She's freezing again. Sherry?
Well, we already have the motion, right?
Yes.
Correct.
All right, in a second. So
Yeah.
do you want me to read the motion? Will that,
Sherry's froze right now. She's confused. She thinks we're letting a computer for 14, I think.
You just can't respond to your roll call.
Okay.
You can answer in
Oh,
chat.
she's back. She's back. Nope, she left.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, roll call, Sherry. Moore? Oh, lost her again. Walworth,
yes.
Shimataro,
Yes.
Schlentz,
Yes.
Maccabee.
Yes.
Hold on, I gotta get her in.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, my internet goes in and out. I said yes.
You said yes? Okay. Motion carried.
Okay, very good.
Good. Thank you. Now, for the last public comment, is anything is available for comment? And keep it civil and keep it to the 3-minute time limit if you can. Anybody like to speak?
Yes, this is Doreen Hagnes. I would like to speak. I would just like to say that I'm in agreement with Melissa on the contribution from the village for roads. I think when it comes time to vote for that, you should be very careful because whatever you decide will be setting a precedent for the other roads that will be paved in the future. And the village could run into quite a large amount of money that taxpayers are paying and possibly won't be benefiting at all from it. So I just wanted to state that. And that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Doreen.
And then, hi there, this is Katie Vick. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. As you know, I'm the clerk in Atlas Township, and I wanted to also make sure you guys knew as from the township's perspective, we have also contributed with our CDBG funding. And for that same project is what we submitted in. So this will actually be a collaboration between us and the village. And that'll be $50,000 that the township is able to contribute. And then of course we set aside a little bit for the senior programs as well. But this is very exciting. This has been a long overdue project that everybody on board here should be very excited at the ability to do something with this building that's been neglected far too long. I know the Historical Society is going to be very, very excited to hear this. So have a great night, guys.
Thank you, Katie.
Anybody else? Okay.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Doug.
Yes, Steve. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Steve. This is Steve Yukas. I live over on Ridge Road. A couple of things. I'd like to support Melissa on her comments with regard to the Goodrich Meadows. When I moved out here, my road was dirt, and I paid a special assessment to get that road paved. So I didn't have any option with that. So just an FYI on that. I'd like to also support Jacob Vick with his comments regarding the public portion of the program when you're dealing with the council. I think some back and forth would be beneficial because there have been a number of times questions have been posed and I'm not sure they were ever properly addressed. One more thing, I'm looking at the website and I don't see any of the recent minutes. It's September of last year on there. I don't know that I'm just a technological Luddite and don't see them, but I've looked a couple of times and I don't see them listed there. So I'd like to see that addressed. And one more thing for the brand new council I'd like to mention to you that I think you need to get out in front of is a public access for the mill pond, since all the residents of the village are supporting the dam and paying for it constantly. I think we need to address that issue as well. Thank you very much and congratulations everyone on your election victories. Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Shannon McCafferty again. I'd like to piggyback on Steve's comment about public access to the mill pond. There's a lot of potential there, and Steve's correct. I mean, those of us that don't live on the mill pond that would love to use it but don't have access or don't have a way to get onto the pond via friends, family, whatever. It's something that should be looked into. It's an asset to this community. It's a focal point in the master plan of the village. It needs to be addressed. That's something that's well overdue, and it's too bad some of that grant money couldn't have been funded to offer up some public access. Over.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, anybody in the council? Last comment?
I don't have anything.
Anybody else? Okay.
No.
I will chime in that I have started talking to the DPW about a potential sidewalk project. So hopefully I'll have information for you guys in the coming months about having a sidewalk on Hegel in the village limits still. And also I've been back and forth with Shannon about Shannon McCafferty to get the next newsletter going out shortly. So I will hopefully have that in the next few weeks so you guys can approve it for the next meeting.
You said something about the newsletter.
I asked Shannon if her and I can connect about her past, the format and everything she used to make an easier transition. I worked with Constant Contact to get some quotes ready so I can also present that to you guys. Because it is a monthly thing, you can pay up front. They do a substantial discount for nonprofit organizations. And I really think it would be super beneficial with the options that they have on Constant Contact. The way that you opt in, you can do it through a text message. I think it'd be very easy to put it out there for 2 paper newsletters to let the village know we're looking to move to electronic version. I think it could be a really easy, smooth transition to get people over to the new version, but still allow them, if they want, to have the paper version. I'm just waiting, like I said, for Constant Contact to get back to me and for Shannon and I to work together to hopefully get a draft in the works so we can get it out by hopefully February.
Well, I do have a comment on that. I think that council should approve that because it's coming from the village. And because it was misused in the past,
What's
and
that?
I can name a couple of examples, but, huh?
What's misused?
What's that? I said it's been misused in the past, the letter that went out.
Like-
And 2 years ago, when there was the election, a couple weeks before the election, there was a letter sent out with that from the Parks and Recs, and Wendy Shimatero was running. And that to me was a form of advertising. I feel
Well,
that was misused.
I'm just discussing about keeping the current newsletter going, the one that she already does, but keeping it going since she's no longer the active president with, the recycling dates and just the normal basic newsletter that the residents get.
And did we approve Shan McCafferty to go forward with this? With you?
She's not.
Doesn't have nothing to do
She's
with
not
it.
going to be working with you on
I
this
need her to
newsletter?
send me her past one just so I can see the format and everything to make it an easier transition.
Okay,
Just to not start from complete scratch. If people already know, if all of our residents already know that this is coming in the mail and they know what to look for, it might be easier just to have a current one to just kind of feed off of and keep going from.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else? I guess it's my turn. Well, thank you. Been quite a meeting. It's 16 after. I'd like to thank all of you for going right through this. We didn't have an awful lot to do, but I think that we need to keep reminding the people that we're here to serve them. It's an honor and a privilege to do that. We all share that philosophy, as people in the office do. I'd like to see closer ties between everybody in the community. I don't think it's hard to do. I think it was alluded to that the council needs more control over certain items in the time to come. I'll have more to say about that, namely that in the past, we've had parts of the village that ran with very little control. I'm not saying it can't happen. We need to be kept abreast of everything that's happening. It's our ultimate responsibility, and that's what I'm hearing. And I'm not saying 1% would change, but we just need to know what's going on. We are responsible. And boy, I hate to end on that note, but thank all of you. I think that this is the beginning of a lot of good things. I think we've got the possibility to work well together. And let's just remember, no matter how we feel politically, when we go outside in that street, we're still friends and neighbors. And we can do this. We've got some big projects coming. We are going to take care of them this time. And we need to keep the public informed of every step. And we need to keep asking for their advice and their input. With that, have a good night. And meeting is adjourned. Oh, actually,
Need a motion.
motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion
Second.
second.
Mhm.
Wendy seconds. All in favor, say aye.
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 Meeting's adjourned.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Meeting
All right.
at 7:19.
Bye.
Thank
All
you
right,
very
bye.
much.
Thanks, Sherry.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Hey, Doug.
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh,